Man, we was rudely interrupted, wasn't we? I find that to be quite rude, nigga. But apparently a nigga run out of space. Come on, man. I'm like, well, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just delete a whole bunch of shit. Like, come on, man. How the fuck I run out of space? Oh, now I'm running out of space. Telling you, man. This motherfucking, this energy to do whatever. Niggas don't like to be exposed. You know what I mean? Because you can put whatever name, whatever tag you want to put on it. I told you, it's big energy. Shit don't like to be exposed. But I ain't gonna play with it. You know what? It's a new video. Let's give it a couple seconds. Let's chill out. Let me chill out. Smoke. Alright, nigga, that's good enough to me. So let's get into it. So back to Ahriman. Check this out. So, Hebrew personifications of evil. So, Yahweh, see? So he told you there's a lot of names in this shit. This book has a lot of names. We go in a lot of places. It's a lot of energy just fucking reading a book like this. It's a lot of energy if you don't know what the fuck you doing. So I understand why a lot of niggas get scared of certain shit like this. But it is what it is, nigga. It's why we doing it. Because we on the advanced level, nigga. And you got me. I'm already fucking nuts. So you know what I'm talking about? You got me to read this shit. Just sit back and listen. But check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Kierkegaard perceived that the original tale of Mount Moriah, Genesis chapter 22 verses 1 through 19, was one of the most powerful in the Old Testament in revealing the inscrutability of the divine nature. As in the book of Job, a just man is put sorely to the test and proves faithful. The author of Genesis 22nd chapter did not hesitate to ascribe this variety of temptation to the God himself. But Jubilees has both, I guess the book of Jubilees, has both cut it away from Yahweh and given it to the evil Malak. Yahweh does not himself do evil. Evil is done by the Malak. Yet Yahweh has created him and even specifically grants him the power to tempt and to destroy. Why? The apocalyptic literature moves in the direction of a new answer, that the Lord permits evil only for a while. As in Iran, where after eons of struggle, or Mazd finally destroys Ahriman. So after eons of struggle, the Lord will destroy the evil angels. And at the end of the world, the Messiah will come and judge the Mastema. The power of the evil angels will be destroyed, and they will be bound and imprisoned forever, so that they may no longer accuse the children of Israel. The problem with this apocalyptic theodicy is the question which Friday puzzled Robinson Crusoe. If the Lord has the power to destroy the devil and wishes him destroyed, why does he wait till the end of the Lord? This is a version of the question that has always tormented theologians. Why does God permit such evil? For if the God permits, even authorizes, another spirit to destroy in his service, is not the God responsible for the destruction? Does he not ultimately will it himself? The efforts of the Hebrews and the apocalyptic Jews to remove the responsibility from God only blur the question. What Mastema does, that also Yahweh does. There you go. So again, Ahriman is the Lord of Darkness. Is the that nigga, so to speak. Like I said before, he that's the one. Not Lucifer. That's the one. Lucifer is just, he's the highest of the high. He's one of the highest of the angels. Nigga got mad, but Ahriman is that nigga. So let's proceed a little further. It says 217. What else we got to say about Ahriman? Okay. Hebrew persona. By the end of the apocalyptic period, then, the devil was more firmly and more permanently than ever associated with the following characteristics found in Hebrew demonology and folklore: darkness, the underworld or the air, sexual temptation and molestation, the goat, the lion, the frog or toad, and the serpent or dragon. Only one common mythological aspect of the serpent fails to adhere to the Hebrew devil: the feminine. The development of the idea of the devil in Hebrew thought, particularly in the apocalyptic period, is striking. The historiography dealing with the origins of the idea is, however, anything but united. Scholars have found traits of the Hebrew Satan or Belial in Canaan, Babylonian, Greece, and most commonly Iran. Of the influence that may have existed, the Iranian is usually considered most likely on two grounds. First, Ahriman and Satan show certain intrinsic similarities, and second, these similarities become striking in Hebrew thought following the exile, when Hebrew writers could easily have come in contact with Zoroastrian ideas in Babylonia. But much of the development of Mazdaist thought took place in the post-exilic period, and there may have been some influence in the other direction of Jewish ideas upon Iran as well. In any event, all must rest upon speculation. There is no conclusive evidence of wide external influence upon the Hebrew concept, yet it is possible to explain it as a natural development within Yahwehism itself. Nonetheless, a consensus exists among historians that Iranian influence can be seen in the apocalyptic and Quran literature, if not in the Old Testament, and certain similarities are indeed remarkable. The devil is the head of a host. In the apocalyptic and Qumran documents on the one hand, and in Zoroastrianism on the other, the devil is the head of a host of evil spirits who, like the good spirits, are arranged in orders and ranks. Both the Hebrew and the Persian devil are associated with the serpent. The chief functions of the Hebrew devil, to seduce, accuse, destroy, are also those of Ahriman. The cosmos is divided into two forces of light and darkness, which are locked in deadly combat. The children of light war against the children of darkness towards the end of the world. The prince of darkness seems for a while to increase his power, and there is a dark and miserable age, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. But you get all the motherfucking point. You get the point. This is Ahrimanic shit, not Luciferic shit. Ahrimanic shit. That's who the fuck Ahriman is, if you didn't know. This is where the fuck Ahriman comes from, if you didn't know. The devil, Satan, all that shit, nigga. Apparently this nigga is badass. It was the first badass yellow boy, nigga. Whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry, I don't know where the fuck this shit's coming from. But this nigga was him. There's no denying it. You know what I'm saying? So they try to, again, Christianity, modern Christianity, because this is primitive Christianity as well. You know, again, that's why they talk about the Hebrew shit. Primitive Christianity. They knew who this nigga was. And this is what the fuck they were doing. They were equating this nigga with this nigga. And notice it said like the Malak and the Mastema did not say fucking Lucifer at all. All these other names. You see what I'm saying? It's how all this shit gets lumped up into the devil or Satan. But the devil, which is more of like a title like the king or the queen. But the devil or the jester. But the devil. You see what I mean? It's weird as fuck. But anyways, let's keep going. Let's keep going, right? There you go. That's that nigga. And again, Ahriman. We just got it again. There's that nigga. Whether parallel to the movement of vectors in Iran or whether under Iranian influence, the concept of the devil moved strikingly in Hebrew thought, particularly in that of the apocalyptic period. This motion had already begun powerfully in the post-exilic period of the Old Testament, when the relentless courage of the Hebrews in insisting that there was no other God than Yahweh forced them to consider their theodicy very carefully. In the pre-exilic period, all things in heaven and earth had been attributed to Yahweh, including destruction and violence. Yahweh was a divine antimony and both good and evil. Antimony, antinomy. I don't know. Antinomy. That word just fucking stumped me. The tequila won't let me get that out. I ain't even never seen that word before. But Yahweh was a divine being, both good and evil. During and after the exile, when the trials of the Hebrews forced them into deeper consideration of the meaning of their religion, the God twinned and became a divine doublet consisting of a good and an evil principle. Neither in the Old Testament... Alright, we don't keep doing that shit. We just want to know who the fuck Ahriman is and what the fuck... You know what I'm saying? Really, I just want to drive it home. If you want to know more and or whatever, then get the motherfucking book, because it ain't about this book. You know what I mean? But here's a little bit more, alright? Oh, man, I told you I should have grabbed this shit. The Christian Icon... I should get the fucking book. Where is it at? I ain't gonna do y'all like that, you know, have to stop again and do another video, because this one could be long as fuck. And it just is what it is, right? So anyways, the Book of Lilith. I talked about that shit. Check that shit out. If I see it around here, I'll grab it. But I ain't gonna do all that right now. The Book of Lilith on Amazon. Damn, I can't remember the name of the author of that shit. But the Book of Lilith, it's on Amazon. But learn about Lilith. But check this out. Anyways. Alright. The Christian iconography of the devil has ancient precedents, although the links are not always clear. The devil is red. Red was characteristic of the followers of Seth, but no connection has been demonstrated between the redness of Seth and that of the medieval devil. A red serpent adorned the temple of Marduk, but again, the connection is unclear. It is possible that the devil's redness is derived from the redness of the underworld's destroying fire, or the devil is black. Seth sometimes appears as a black pig. Dionysus was sometimes black, but the connection is uncertain. The devil's blackness may derive from his association with darkness, which symbolized death, annihilation, and the terrors of the night. Lilith, and the Lamias are night creatures, and the world of the dead is dark, from Egypt to Greece and Iran and Rome. Canaanite Mot and Greek Hades are lords of death and darkness. The most direct connection of darkness is with Mazdaism, where Ahriman is clearly defined as the Lord of the absence of light. The Lord of the absence of light. Though the principle of darkness may be translated iconographically into a black hue, the devil can also be pallid, owing to his association with death and the sunless world. The cold and the stinking nature of the devil is so prominent in medieval beliefs, derives directly from the iconography of Ahriman. So, the icon of Ahriman, the way they structured that, and, you know, the imagery of Ahriman, is where the cold and stinking nature of the devil, so prominent in medieval beliefs, derives directly from. Boom. So there's another mention of Ahriman. You see what I'm saying? So basically, that's all I'm trying to show you. So I'm trying to show you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much exactly what it is. And then it goes back into the idea of a fall and somebody showing, you know, the fall of this or that or whatever. It talks about Tantalus. And of course, all of these elements combine to create the Christian tradition of hell, which in the New Testament was as yet far from clearly articulated. You see what I mean? But the idea of the fall, after ages of struggle during which the power of the devil has increased, the Lord descends, the final battle is joined, and the devil is defeated to be bound forever in the pit or forever annihilated. On that day, Those who align themselves with the devil, whether spiritual or mortal beings, will suffer the same fate. But the idea of the fall of the devil is so ambiguously expressed in the tradition. Eschatology represents the final fall and ruin of the evil one, but Mazdaism offers two accounts of a previous fall. When Ahriman first coveted the light of Ormazd, or Mazd, or Ahura Mazda, Ormazd cast him into the outer darkness, or in another version, hurled him down from heaven through the earth and into the primeval waters below. A similar eschatology is found in Mithraism. The Hebrews and Christians had a further reason to emphasize the double fall of Satan. Their tradition, the Hebrews and the Christians, their tradition, though implicitly dualistic, explicitly insisted that Satan was not an independent principle co-equal with the God of light, but rather a creature of the good Lord, and like the rest of the good Lord's creations, originally good. It was therefore necessary to assume an initial fall of Satan from grace, that fall resulting from his free decision to reject the will of the Creator. This first fall was a moral one, but it was accompanied by a geographical descent from heaven, either by free will or of Satan and his followers, as with the Watcher angels, or because of their forceful ejection from heaven by the angels of the good Lord, like with Lucifer. So, alright. We done went in on Ahriman, so we get it, we understand. Ahriman is the prince of darkness. Ahriman is the real deal evil nigga that we talking about. First came Lucifer, and they had to demonize that nigga because he was literally telling you and giving you everything you wanted to know, everything you wanted to know, everything you wanted. This motherfucker, you could do it. I mean, it's kind of like what it was. At the end of the day, like I got a book, I just want to grab this shit to kind of show you what it is. It's more or less like a grimoire, but, it comes straight off the bookshelf, as you can see. But earth, air, fire, and water, right? More Techniques of Natural Magic by Scott Cunningham. And let me just hit you with some shit. We just gonna flip it open. Stone Magic. The Money Rock. Find a stone that's nearly square in shape. Charge a green candle with money-attracting energies. Place in a holder and light it. Now, by the glow of the candle, paint or draw a money symbol onto the stone. As you paint or draw, visualize the stone drawing money into your life. See yourself paying bills, buying a car. See yourself as already enjoying the money that you need. Visualize. This is Luciferic wisdom. Again. Let the stone sit in the light from the green candle for 7 minutes. Snuff out the candle's flame. Let the candle burn for 7 minutes a day or until money begins to appear. Now, this shit, again, it just said visualize yourself paying bills, buying a car. It didn't say you couldn't visualize yourself using that money to pay off a nigga to go kill a nigga for you. Or whatever you want to use the money for. I'm just saying, it didn't say you can't use the money to, buy you a gun so you can go murk you a nigga. Whatever you want to use the money for, the money in and of itself is not bad. It might be the root of all evil, but it in and of itself is not evil, however you niggas choose to look at it. You see what I'm saying? But that's the point, you feel me? There's fucking snow magic. What the fuck did this just say? Why did I just pass up snow magic? Snow magic. To be rid of a negative condition. During the day, go outside with a small bowl, fill it with clean snow. Pack it, level it with your gloved hand, and rush back inside. After removing your winter wraps, place the bowl of snow on a table. Hold your hands palm downward over the bowl and say, "Crystal snow, crystal white, help me now win this fight." Visualize the habit or condition as being in the snow. See the negative condition there. Push the power it has had over you into the snow. Know that the habit, its causes, and the power that you have given it are now in the snow. Transfer the negative energy through your palms into the snow. Pour 1/2 handful of rock, de-icing salt, into your projective hand. If you left-handed, your left hand. If you're right-handed, your right hand. Look at the salt and sense its purifying, cleansing qualities. Still visualizing your negative habit as being in the snow, sprinkle the salt over it until you've completely covered its surface and say, white on white, salt on snow. Fight your fight, evil let go. Point is, this is Luciferic wisdom. Natural magic. You're using the elements, you're using your mind, you're using your visualization powers. You know, it doesn't get into moral this or moral that. You know what I mean? It just says, it just does what it does. Look at the pictures. You know, and if you know anything about symbols and this and that and whatnot, you know what I mean? Hell, even count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 10 stars. 10 6-pointed stars. That one in the middle is 11. And I don't know if I'm a bunch of, fuck yeah. There's a bunch of little, all of them little joints are little 6-pointed stars. Anyways, alright man, you know we good for rocking and rolling, rambling and shit. But that was just to grab another book and show you how a lot of shit, you know, correlates. But again, that's where that type of information comes from. So, if we talking about that shit with Lucifer, then what are we talking about with Ahriman? Oh, nigga. You ever seen? Nigga, when I went to honors college, this was my math class. Euclidean geometry. Euclid's elements. Let me show you this shit. This was my fucking, this was a textbook. Dude, it's a book of propositions. This, let me just say. If two numbers, proposition 35, right? Look at this shit. See that? Just lines and shit. Proposition 35. Euclidean geometry. If two numbers measure any number, the least number measured by them will also measure the same. For let the two numbers A and B measure any number, C through D, and let E be the least that they measure. I say that E also measures C and D. For if E does not measure C and D, let E measuring DF leave CF less than itself. But they are, okay, anyways. So the point of Euclidean geometry, I'm not going to get in out of that. Let me show you some other shit. Right, check this out. Proposition 3, book 4, Euclidean geometry. You see that shit? Proposition 3. You see this? You have a circle inside of a triangle. Right? You see that shit? Proposition 3. About a green, proposition 3. Okay, so let me read it. About a given circle to circumscribe a triangle equiangular with a given triangle. So, about a circle to circumscribe a triangle equiangular. So, if you have a circle, a given circle, so let ABC be the given circle and DEF be the given triangle, that it is required to circumscribe about the circle ABC a triangle equiangular with the triangle DEF. So, we got a circle ABC. You see the circle? So, we want to take a circle equiangular with the same angles of DEF. We want to make a triangle with the same angles of DEF go around that circle. So if I had a certain area, you could apply this to any kind of walks of life and whatever else. But again, if there's a certain area, I'm trying to make a certain shape, this, that, whatever else, right? I want to make a triangle of X amount of angles, whatever angle you need that triangle to be. But you want that perfect circle to be right within that triangle. This is how you would do it. This is how you would get that angle and this and whatever else. This is area. This is natural science, so to speak. But you start going, even you see the picture on front, how they doing this or whatever else. You go to honors college and this is the math that we doing. And notice how we talking about angles and shit. What no numbers? I mean, you use the numbers to figure the shit out, true. But angles and shit. Ain't no numbers in this motherfucker. Proposition 3. You see that shit? It's all angles. Now, if you do this and you do that, and if angle this and that is equal to da-da-da-da-da, what the fuck? And this is what homework would be, nigga. Homework would be, they would tell you what chapter we in. This we in book 4. You proposition 31, proposition book 4, proposition 3, book 3, proposition 31, and 36. That's homework, nigga. So you would have to go home and study them shits and figure out why it's right. Come up with, know how to do all of this shit before you go back to class. Alright, you know what? These niggas is trying to set me off, and that ain't this video. But you get the point, though. That's where the Ahrimanic shit comes into play. For real. When we start talking about the sciences and mathematics and whatever else. So let's get back to lecture 1 and try to finish this before the bitch-ass computer, laptop, punk motherfucker try to say I'm running out of motherfucking storage again. Fuck you too, nigga. Anyways. Yeah, I talk shit to everything. Spirit of everything, nigga. Do what I want you to do, bitch. Run out again. Quit playing with me. Alright. Let's get back to where he was, right? And now the time has come for individual beings to know what tendencies and events around them are machinations of Ahriman, helping him to prepare for his approaching incarnation. Since we about 30 minutes in, I'm going to say this shit too. My idea, real quick, and this is just me inserting my shit, but I do what I do. My idea of the Ahriman shit, salute. Finish the drink is just like this AI shit. Just like that Terminator shit. That's why it Transcendence, man. They keep certain movies in and keep certain shit into play because this is the shit that's going to happen. And it's inevitable, whether you like it or not or whatever. But this is why they're showing you like AI shit and whatever else. How do you know? Once the AI can learn and do all this and do all that on its own, again, the devil is a concept. Ahriman is a concept. The concept of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Not a physical being, which is what it goes over in this, in again, the big orange book, the devil. Perceptions of evil, this, that, and the third. It was always a concept. Even just to talk about God or Jesus with it. Not a physical being. The concept of these niggas, man. So if you literally create a robot body and put a motherfucking AI in it, then this is why you have movies like I, Robot, where that motherfucker becomes conscious at the end of the day. That's Ahriman. Even the whole theme, again, of why the robots rebelled against this, that, and third, and whatever else, because humans ain't no good for themselves. So what does motherfucker say? Again, because of Ahriman, the true Antichrist, the world becomes peaceful, even docile, for the minor sacrifice of individuality and freedom. This was Demolition Man. That's what they showed you in Demolition Man. They said the precursor to Demolition Man was Judge Dredd. First you had Judge Dredd running around this and whatever else. Everything was in chaos in a city like this and whatever else. Now you got Demolition Man. But even in Judge Dredd, remember at the end they were talking about trying to clone niggas. Cloning them motherfuckers. But when you fast forward to Demolition Man and you have what? The quote unquote perfect society where like Taco Bell's this big ass, you know what I mean? Now the Taco Bell's is the restaurants and this and that, whatever. You know what I mean? Like there's no more like PF Chang's, nigga. It's Taco Bell's. Anyways, I'm just saying, if you know about Demolition Man, then you know about that shit. But all the other shit was underground. A bunch of underground shit. Oh, man. Excuse me. I've been at this for a while, nigga. Trying to get these fucking videos out. So anyways. Alright, you get it. I just wanted to share that shit with you. Like, if they're really creating a body, creating shit, there's this AI shit. I mean, there you go. And it's just gonna be strictly the themes about it was my bad with the iRobot shit. To tie shit back in real quick too. My fault. That was the point of that. It was like the robots started rebelling this, that, and whatnot because it was like, well, the humans are that they basically started to rebel against the humans. Like, nigga, y'all the reason why y'all fucked up. If we truly here to help y'all and to sustain and to do this and to do on and to be on one and to, look out for y'all and whatnot, then we gonna have to put all you motherfuckers in a cage and this and that because y'all, it's almost like y'all determined to kill y'all and whatever else. And if it's our goal is to help y'all and whatever, it's like the 3 laws is what they were talking about in our robot. Them 3 laws that they were programmed with. But when you really get down to it, the more and more and more and more and more the motherfucker got to, getting intellectual. Again, it's a computer. The more it kept computing them 3 laws, there was only one thing inevitable, that they take over all the humans and lock them all down and stop humans from fucking up other humans. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. So that's Ahrimanic energy. It's like these niggas keep lightweight showing y'all and telling y'all this is what's coming. This is what's getting ready to happen. You know what I'm saying? Illuminati, illuminate yourself. Realize this shit. So, alright, man. We're gonna keep it going. One of the developments in which Ahriman's impulse is clearly evident is the spread of the belief that the mechanistic mathematical conceptions inaugurated by Galileo, Copernicus, and others explain what is happening in the cosmos. That's why I pulled up Euclidean's elements. That's exactly why I pulled that shit up. As you will see, you might even just talk about that shit. I do believe we're going to get to Euclid. Because that's the point, man. When they start doing all this shit and trying to get angles and as close to this and as close as you can get to that and this and whatever and whatever, whatever, it's because, as I told you guys in... Where is it at? Is it right here too? Fuck it, it's right here too. On the motherfucking... here we go. The secret teachings of plants, the intelligence of the heart, and the direct perception of nature. The intelligence of the heart and the direct perception of nature by Stephen Booner.